Hi, Miss Dina. How are you? You're muted, by the way.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
Good. I hope you're having a good day.
Well,
I'm
can only
starting the
be.
class for IJ, so IJ will be teaching today's advanced training. I just helped start the meeting.
Okay. Okay.
You have any questions for me, Miss White?
No, I don't at the moment. I called the help desk for uh, a few issues, so I'm straight.
Okay, that's good. Have you been to a Tuesday or a Thursday yet?
Yes.
Okay, do
Yesterday
you
was
like them?
Tuesday.
Oh yeah, did you enjoy yesterday?
Yes.
Great, I'm
Well,
glad
that
to
was
hear.
on the legal counseling
Uh-huh.
today. What is the
Yeah, I
markup
remember
for today?
they've been
It's
oh it's
15.
today it's IJ is gonna be discussing how to make your own Zoom account.
Oh, the Zoom account.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and it makes sense because this afternoon we'll be well actually I'll be going over how to put a background on Zoom, so IJ is gonna go over basically the first part today.
Okay, so you was asking if I enjoyed
Yeah,
the meeting. Yes, I did. It's very informative.
that's
But it's
good.
just that one of the issues weren't discussed due to time, you know?
Oh yeah, of course. You know, them folks, some of them be real busy, so you just got to catch them while you can. I know the legal counsel, they were here before, like I
Hmm.
think 2 months ago or so. I know they were here before, but you just got to get them when they are scheduled to come and have your questions ready.
But you know, you have to wait your turn once your hand is raised. And seem like every time they get to my issue, you know, it's time to go. Just like for the librarian, I wanted to find out more about uh languages because I want to speak
Okay.
Spanish fluently.
Yeah, so they
And
have so for that the library does have an app for that. So during module
yeah, I
5, you know,
know to go into Libby.
yeah,
Because I
it's
had
actually
written
called Mango.
notes.
It's called
But
Mango.
look, what I want to know is, okay, I have a question. Is that audio or is that just Spanish book?
No, it's
Good
it's
morning.
you just have to explore the app, ma'am. It's really easy because they have different ways you can speak or type it, or there are different ways. So just catch module 5, and then they'll be able to show you how to get on it. But if you want to do a library appointment where I can help you with that face to face, just call the help desk. Okay.
I I'm handicapped, Alex. I don't
Oh,
go.
okay, ma'am. Well,
I
just
need assistance when I go out.
oh, okay. Let me DM you my email, and then that way you can communicate with me if you need any assistance. Okay.
Okay, I
Put it in the chat
appreciate
for
that.
you. Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Alex.
Hi, Brenda. How are you?
I'm fine. You gonna do the Zoom class?
Oh no, our colleague IJ is going to do it today. So just
Okay.
I had to help start the meeting, so she'll be on in a few minutes.
Oh, okay. Okay. We can set up.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good morning.
morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Alex.
Good morning, Miss Brenda.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, thank you, and you.
Good. I'm doing good. Thank you. Can't
Good
complain.
morning to everybody. Yeah, you can't complain, but it's best not
I'm
to.
not. I
Good
refuse.
morning, everyone.
Right.
Hello,
Good morning,
sir.
everyone. Good morning,
Good
everyone.
morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm going on mute.
Me
Again,
too.
today IJ is going to go over how to what you can do with the Zoom account, and then this afternoon I'll be going over how to add a virtual background on Zoom. So it's kind of like a two-parter today. So she'll be on in a few minutes, and then she'll get started. So just grab your pen, paper, get yourself some water, anything like that. Thanks so much.
You want to give me your email account, your number now?
I sent you a chat, Miss White.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it.
Everyone having a good morning?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
wonderful.
Hanging in there.
That's what you got to do.
That's all you can do.
That's all
Dina,
you
you
can
got
do.
cold? Dina, you got cold?
My room is cold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the big room is cold. And my side of the street is shady during the winter.
Oh, okay.
And during the summer, the sun is over here and you burn up.
Mm.
But it's okay. I don't like too much heat because, you know, I have my own summertime, you know.
Right, right.
Just as a reminder, everyone, Friday is Veterans Day, so no trainings will be
No, right.
on Friday. Just to let you guys know.
Okay.
And those that are veterans, thank you for your service.
You just hit that unmute thing up there.
Diane, how you feeling today? I'm feeling a little better, but I still don't feel up to par. I don't know what's wrong. I think it's the weather, really.
Yeah.
I think it's the weather. Because 1 minute I'm sneezing, and the next minute I'm feeling all right. Then I go back to sneezing. I think it's my allergies.
Yeah, it might be the pollen and stuff in the air.
Yeah.
All the chemicals they spraying in the air.
Yeah, they're gonna kill us one way or the other.
One way or the other. They working hard.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do
Sometimes
y'all
it can
think
be your
about these
heat too.
elections? What do y'all think about these elections that's happening?
I'm like Trump. They fake.
Well, to me, I personally believe they just taking one crook out and putting another crook in.
They all crooks.
Right.
Different colors.
It's nobody else voting against no one, so they're gonna still have the same people there.
Yeah, and if we don't vote, then we can't say we can't complain too much if we didn't make a choice.
Right. Well, yeah, I did vote. I did vote, but I'm just looking at people's character. You know, I mean, well, we know people lie, but I mean, we should be able to look at all of this that's going on and see that it's gone beyond ridiculous.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning.
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 So sorry if I'm a little kind of low today. I have a migraine, but hopefully today's going to be a good little lesson on how to create your own Zoom account. So I'm going to start that right now.
Yeah, again, if you guys have any questions for IJ, please raise your hand. She'll answer them at the end. I know that some parts of our lesson today will be interactive maybe, so just please pay attention, take notes, and again, raise your hand so that way she can answer questions at the end. Thank you so much and have a great day, you guys.
You too.
Thank you.
You too.
Could you allow me to
Thank you.
share screen really quickly, Alex?
Yeah, IJ, I got you.
No problem. All right, so I'm gonna boot this up right now. Oh, nope, slideshow. So creating your own Zoom account. why should I make a Zoom account? Your name will appear on Zoom always, and this is a big thing because a lot of people are having problems with making sure that their name is on Zoom. So one way to mitigate that completely is creating your own Zoom account in which your name will just appear on Zoom after you create the account. And also, you can host your own meetings for free. So if you, and this is also a big plus, you can host your own meetings. And let's say that you want to have a get together with friends or family. That's also a really wonderful way to kind of get everyone together. I know also sometimes when you make your own Zoom account, you can accept invitations and put them into a calendar app on your iPad. So let's say that your doctor is using Zoom. You can accept that invitation on your calendar and it'll show up in Zoom. And that's with a Zoom account. Oh, and you can edit your profile picture and name. So let's say you see how my profile is like my cat. You can make your profile picture anything. So if let's say that you don't really want to use your video, you could have a picture to kind of represent yourself, show what you look like, and you can edit that at your leisure. And number 4, your settings are saved forever. So anything that you set in Zoom, it will be saved within that account, and it's a free and easy process that just includes going into the Zoom app and then opening up the link in your email, and then there's just a few steps, but this is all free and pretty simple. So I have a video right here on how do I create a Zoom account. So I'm going to play this and I'm going to kind of talk over it a little. And this is from my own iPad. First step is you go into the Zoom app, and that's right there. And you see at the bottom of the Zoom, when you open it up, it's going to say sign up or sign in. So I tapped sign up. And when you tap sign up, it's going to ask for your birthday. So I set it to my birthday. And then it's going to ask for your email address. I recommend using the iCloud email address associated with your Apple ID. If it's a Gmail or AOL, that's fine. I would just say use the email that's on your iPad, so you'll be able to go back and forth from your Mail app to your Zoom app. So you'll be able to put in your email, and I made a little silly email here for this demonstration. And you can put your first name, and then you can put your last name, and then you'll tap sign up. So when it says activation email sent, that's when you're going to press the home button, or you swipe up towards the bottom of the screen, and you're going to go into your Mail app, that white envelope on the blue background.
What is it?
The Mail app.
What's that?
And towards the top left, you'll see that there's that little arrow. When you tap on that, it opens up your inbox, which is that list of emails, and you'll see that there is an email from Zoom. And this just comes in. This is from 12:36 p.m. Please activate your Zoom account. So you're going to tap on that, and it's going to open up to this email that says, welcome to Zoom, iPad user, and then to activate your account, please click on the button below to verify your email address. Oh, just give me one moment. So then, go back. Let me go back to that. And then you'll see when you tap on that activate your email address, it takes you to Safari, and you'll be able to enter in your first name, your last name, and your password. So now, I would also recommend, and they usually say not to use the same password between multiple accounts, but I usually recommend to just use the password that you're most familiar with. So when you're making a password, it's also going to have the same requirements as the Apple ID password, and it's going to say that right here. Have at least 8 characters, have at least 1 letter, have at least 1 number, and include both uppercase and lowercase characters. So, and also password must not contain 4 consecutive characters, for example, 111, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, D, E, or Q, W, E, R, T. And what that is those are the first 4 letters on your keyboard. So that's why it says don't do Q, W, E, R, T. And a lot of people will make that mistake, and then the password, it won't be taken. So just make sure that when you make a password, try not to use those consecutive characters, because they can be very finicky about whether or not that you're using a password that could be easily guessed by someone else. And once you're done making that password, you're just going to tap continue. And here is opened up to the browser version of Zoom. And this is all information that you can access on your iPad. This is just kind of like a basic, let's get started, download Zoom to your computer. You know, just a basic getting started type thing, but you don't have to worry about that. What you'll do is you'll just go ahead and you'll go back to that Zoom app. And then there's that close at the top left. You'll see that close. Sorry, I went really fast there, but there's close. It says close right there. Tap that. And then you're going to tap sign in at the bottom, because then that's when your account is made. And what this is I have something called Touch ID on my iPad, meaning that I can use my finger to actually open up the iPad without using a passcode. And sometimes when you make a new account, they'll ask if you want to use Touch ID. If you have that enabled on your iPad, then you'll get that. If you don't have it enabled on your iPad, then you won't. And maybe that could be another lesson, enabling Touch ID for anyone who's interested. It's a little option that can make it so that only you are accessing the iPad, because it uses your fingerprint, your unique fingerprint, to actually open up the iPad. And that's something I like to use. And it'll ask you if you want to sign into Zoom using that feature. So that's what that's for. You see I have this other account here. But I'm going to go back. It's going to be iPad user. You know, that email. And I just use all the details I just made earlier in the video. See password there. Tap sign in. And you'll see it says, do you want to sign in with Touch ID? Authenticate using Touch ID. And this is what it looks like when you have an account. You'll see that it kind of looks a little different. It has these 4 buttons. New meeting, which is to make your own Zoom meeting. Join, which is to join another Zoom meeting. Schedule, if you want to schedule a Zoom meeting. Or share screen, if you want to share your screen as a meeting, as part of a meeting. So let's go. I'm going to show you. This is just kind of what it looks like. You go into this where it says more at the bottom. So here's the imperative part. Here's the part I want you guys to take away the most, because you'll see here that it actually says Maria Hidalgo at the top that lets you know that my name is set everyone can see me as Maria Hidalgo. But if I tap on that, so let's see, I'll tap on that real quick. It actually opens up all of this information. But what I want you guys to focus on is where it says display name. And you'll see here, this is why having a Zoom account is so imperative to making sure that your name is set in Zoom, because you'll see here that it has something for your first name, has something for your last name, but you get to choose what you're displayed as. And this is where the meat and potatoes is. This display name is what you're going to be focusing on. This is what other people can see you guys as. So if you ever wanted to edit that or enact any change, you'd be able to, I don't think I do it in this video, but you'd be able to tap on that and edit it, and then tap that save at the top right. So there's a lot of like little just kind of things in making a Zoom account that just make things a little easier. And then there are also just a lot of options that you can set. This isn't really necessary, like work location. You don't really need to set that. Availability, you can have it that you are available, not available. A personal note, you know, like a little tagline that shows underneath your name. Department, job title, location, none of this is really imperative. Oh, and yes, and here's how I set my profile picture. So see, I tapped on where it says profile photo, and I got two options. One says camera, another says select from photo album. So now camera is going to open up to your camera app on your iPad. You're going to be able to snap a real-time photo of yourself or your surroundings, either or you can select from the photos you already have saved on your iPad, and that says select from photo album. So if you tap on that, it opens up the photos you have saved. And I like to just have little pictures of like, I like the space the most. I like the cosmos. So I have these pictures. And for this account, I put that picture. And it's just as easy as that to set that profile picture. And this is just really, oh yeah. And as well as this upgrade to a pro plan to get it. What this is a personal meeting ID. So I'm going to go into this a little more later, but a personal meeting ID is essentially, you know how we have a training meeting ID for this meeting? This is the number people would use to get into my Zoom meeting. So I'm going to keep playing that. This is just me kind of going through it. And then I stop the recording. So, and I'm going to skip very quickly. How do I create a Zoom account? That's how you create the Zoom account. And of course, if anyone wants a copy of this presentation, go ahead, put your email in the chat, and I'll send it to you guys. So if anyone wants a copy of this, put your email in the chat, and I will get a copy to you guys. And here's another video. How do I start my own Zoom meeting? So you're going to see here, I have this kind of setup, and this is actually very short. It's a pretty simple process. I'm going to full screen that. And you'll see I tapped on this new meeting right here. This new meeting. And then I tapped start a meeting. And this, what it says, use personal meeting ID, is the meeting ID associated with your account. So if anyone were to, let's say, when you tap join meeting, they'd be able to enter in this meeting ID and join your Zoom meeting. And then it says video on. Personal meeting ID. You can have people have their video on when they join. And then it says to hear others, please join audio. Tap Wi-Fi or cellular data. And then boom, you have your own Zoom meeting. It's pretty simple. You have, and then you can tap here and more. I would recommend kind of going into here and playing around with the security settings, the chat. But really, I want to kind of show you what's in meeting settings. Let's keep going there. So you see, there's a lot of meeting settings, little tweaks to your meeting that can make things easier for you. Meeting topic, this is Maria Hidalgo's personal meeting room. Another thing is mute upon entry. So if anyone joins your Zoom meeting, they'll be muted as soon as they join, and they have to unmute. Another option is play, join, and leave sound. So what this is whenever someone joins in, you'll hear a little audio cue. And whenever someone leaves, you'll hear another little audio cue. Another program I use, it actually kind of sounds a little like ba-dum when someone joins, and then it'll be like ba-dum when someone leaves. So it'll be a little audio cue that tells you when people come into your Zoom meeting and leave. I want to kind of let myself scroll down here. There's these other Zoom, kind of little Zoom settings. Always show meeting controls. This means that whenever, when you're having that Zoom meeting, at the top of the screen, you see that mute, share screen, things like that, start video. When you tap on this, you're always going to see those meeting controls. Always show meeting controls. Touch up my appearance just means that what happens is when you use your video, it's actually going to kind of soften it up a little. So it kind of makes it softens the blemishes on your face for you using a softening filter. And you can do that if you'd like. And then show name when participants join. So when someone joins your Zoom meeting, it'll show their name towards the bottom of the screen. Show non-video participants. What that means is a non-video participant, someone who doesn't have their video turned on, will be able to you'll be able to see them towards the side of the screen. I can see some of you guys towards the side of the screen right now. Then you have show incoming video, stop incoming video. Oh, I skipped one, I'm sorry. Show self view. So what that is you'll be able to see yourself at the bottom left or bottom right. You can see what your video camera is showing to your the people in your meeting. And I want to kind of move past this a little because I don't want to run out of time. But then there's just that self view, stop incoming video. So if someone enables their video for some reason and you don't want them to, you'd be able to stop them as the meeting host. And then this means show my connected time. So what that is that shows your what time you connected to the Zoom meeting. And I'm not sure why people would really want that. I suppose it's for like a kind of school setting where attendance is like, oh, this is the time that they connected to the Zoom meeting. So that's what that would be for. Oh, I apologize. Let me go back. Yeah, hold on. Let me go back really quick. There we go. Sorry, it's being a little glitchy, but that's okay. Can you guys see this? I think you can see a little. Let me actually just open this up here because it wants to be difficult. Open that back up.
You made it smaller.
Sorry, it just wanted to open up here instead of open up in the presentation. Upon entry, these are just the meeting settings. You'll be able to review them when you make your own meeting. Oh, and here, meeting topic. You can actually change the topic of the meeting. So whenever someone joins your Zoom meeting, they'll be able to see what the meeting topic is towards the top. And what you'll be able to do is you can edit that at will. So I just kind of edited it. I forgot what I edited it to. Oh, hello. That's what I made the meeting topic hello. So, and you can tap done. Yep, and I edited my own Zoom meeting. And then when I'm done, at the top right, you'll see that there is that red end. I tapped on that. There is something that says end meeting for all or leave meeting. What this does is when you leave the Zoom meeting, it'll end the Zoom meeting for anyone else who's still in there. So let's say that you and your friends are in there and you need to leave. If you were to leave the Zoom meeting and tap this, everyone would leave with you. So the Zoom meeting would essentially close. No one would be left in the Zoom meeting. However, if you were to tap leave meeting, the other people in the Zoom meeting would still be able to stay. So leave meeting just means that you'd be able to leave and let everyone else in the Zoom meeting be able to still talk to each other. So I tapped end meeting for all. It ended the meeting for everyone. Now it's back there. I'm going to go back here. And this is the kind of the last segment. What do these buttons do? That's a big question. What do these buttons do? And I'm going to kind of go over them. Oh, for some reason it doesn't want to go into full screen. Give me one moment. Oh, it doesn't want to do it. Give me 1 second. Okay. So these buttons. This is home. This is team chat. This is meetings, contacts, and more. I wish I could kind of zoom in a little, but I can't, unfortunately. But this is what they are. It says home, team chat, meetings, contacts, more. And you'll be able to see them when you open up the Zoom app. You'll be able to see them towards the left side of the screen. And you'll see here, I tap team chat. And what this is you can actually connect to other people who have a Zoom account. It says find people and start chatting. You can tap add contacts. And you'd be able to enter in that person's email address. So let's say I don't think I added anyone's email address here. Just kind of opened it up. And it says, if this user accepts your request, your profile information, including your status, will be visible to this contact. So that's just how you kind of add a contact. And what this would enable you to do is when you add a contact in Zoom, you can actually talk to them. So you'd be able to type to them and talk to them. I don't believe you can actually talk to them with your voice unless you start a Zoom meeting, a separate Zoom meeting. But you would be able to kind of type to them and they'd be able to type back to you. And what this is, hold on, let me move this. It says meetings, and it'll show your personal meeting ID. Excuse me. Yeah. Upcoming meeting, personal meeting ID. And then you'll see that's up here. If you ever wanted to kind of jot that down, this won't take you anywhere. But if you ever kind of want to jot down your own personal meeting ID, it's going to be in the meetings tab. You'll be able to start a meeting tapping that start. And then I know if you tap that send invitation, you can send a message to one of your Zoom contacts. You can copy it to clipboard, meaning that you can, so what that is you can copy it and you can paste it. What this is, it'll copy an invitation to the Zoom meeting. And if you paste it somewhere to, let's say you paste it in a message, they would receive that invitation. But I would say these two, the send message and send email, are the most reliable. So I actually tap send email here. And you'll see here, it has all this information. Maria Hidalgo is inviting you to a scheduled Zoom meeting. It has the topic here, and this is the Zoom link. It says join Zoom meeting, and it has that big Zoom link that someone will be able to tap. It also has that meeting ID and a passcode. So every meeting kind of comes with its own passcode, and I want to show you guys how you can kind of edit that passcode so it isn't so long and that you'd be able to kind of see it. But yes, I put here's like where I put 2, and I put my little kind of demonstration email in here. I typed it in. I looked at it from a little. And to make your keyboard go down, you can actually tap this button down here. And then I did that really quickly. But you see this blue arrow? Once you're done with an email, you'll be able to tap that and it sends. So wonderful, there you go. And that sent that invitation to that email. And then I tapped edit. So these are all the settings that you can edit. And this is your personal meeting ID. You can't really edit this. You can't unless you want to buy Zoom Pro, but I wouldn't recommend it since everything comes for free. Excuse me. And then it's going to say require meeting passcode. It's always going to need a require meeting passcode, and it actually says what the passcode is right here. If you guys don't know what the passcode is, it'll be right here underneath where it says edit. And you'll be able to kind of enable a waiting room. So let's say someone wants to join your meeting. There will be a waiting room for them to kind of sit in until you admit them. Then there is like that host video on. So that says, oh, so when I join the Zoom meeting, I want my video to show. And then this is participant video on. And that means, oh, when I make my Zoom meeting, I want my participants or the people who are joining my Zoom meetings video to show. But I want to kind of show audio option, telephone device audio. The advanced options they're interesting to look at, but they're not really imperative. You don't really need to look at them. But you do need to look at those as passcode. Because even though you do need a meeting passcode, you can't not have a passcode for your meeting unless you decide to buy the Pro subscription. You can actually edit it by tapping on it. So see, I tapped on it, and I'm going to erase that. See, it says password is required. Enter a passcode to prevent anyone who is not invited from joining any of your personal meetings. So a little kind of fun fact and something I observed, and this is just a fun fact. There were a lot of people who were joining Zoom meetings for classrooms and actually disrupting them. So this is why this feature is enabled, because there were people, and during the beginning of when Zoom was kind of opening up, who were crashing Zoom meetings and disrupting the classes. So that's why nowadays they'll say you need a passcode for your meeting to prevent people from just kind of crashing your meeting and making a show of it. There were a lot of people doing that because people just kind of were bored. But yeah. Fun fact. Input passcode. I just made it hello. You can make it anything really. And then I tapped at the top right, save. And then I went down here, contacts. So what this contacts is this just shows who you saved. Remember earlier when we tapped team chat, it said, oh, add a contact. This is where you can kind of see your contacts. And I know if you actually have your iPad synced with your iPhone, you'll be able to see those contacts here too. So whoever has an Apple ID that's connected to their iPhone, you'll be actually able to see your contacts there. And they'll say, oh, you can invite someone to Zoom, or they'll show you if they already have a Zoom account associated with that phone number. So you'll be able to see that here. And another thing is up here, you'll see contacts, channels. Channels is actually kind of interesting. And I was playing around with this a little too. And I want to kind of go back to where it says channels. At the top right, do you see, and I wish I could kind of zoom into this for you guys, but there's a plus sign at the top right in a box. And I tapped on that. And when I tapped on it, I got this list, this menu. Invite a Zoom contact. Create an iPhone contact. Create a new channel. Join a channel.
I don't see that plus sign.
It's a little dark and gray, but it's up here towards the top
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, it darkens a little when you tap on it. And then it says invite a Zoom contact, create an iPhone contact. And what this is, invite a Zoom contact. So let's say you know someone else who's on Zoom. You can invite them if you know the email they use to sign up to Zoom. Create an iPhone contact. If you have someone on Zoom, you'd be able to create a contact on your iPhone for them. And you'd be able to text them from Zoom, if I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken entirely, but I'm pretty sure that's what this feature is. And then create a new channel. What this is this a channel feature actually creates a chat room. So you know how there's a chat room in this meeting. There is a feature in Zoom with a Zoom account where you'd actually be able to have little chat rooms with your friends or family by tapping create a new channel and then join a channel if you want to join a pre-existing one. So you see here, cancel, create a new channel, a channel name. You can make it anything you want. Channel type, public. Anyone in your organization can find, preview, and join. In private, invited members in your organization can join. So that message is really for people who like me, who Zoom accounts are a part of an organization. So let's say I were to make this make a channel and I were to make it public. Anyone in my organization would be able to join it. But for someone who just has a personal Zoom account, It would just mean that if it's public, someone would be able to find it pretty easily without needing to be invited. Otherwise, this kind of message just really applies to people who have a Zoom work account. So I just kind of named, if I'm not mistaken, I think I just named this hello. Yeah, I named it hello. And then I went into the advanced permissions. Tapped on that. Who can add members? So what this means is who can, in this chat room, add a member. All channel members, so that means that someone that you let into this chat room will be able to invite other people in the chat room. Channel owner and admins only. The person who owns the channel can only add members into that chat. An admin is someone that the channel owner gives kind of special privileges to, so they can edit kind of special features in that channel. So let's think of it as sort of like a manager. Channel owner is the boss and the admin is the manager that they kind of hire to help kind of do some not technical things, management things. External users can be added. So I'm pretty sure that means that people from not your organization can be added, or people from your contacts can be added as well. So I would just kind of, you can keep that enabled or disabled. Who can send messages? So this says, who can send messages in this chat room? Can everyone send a message? So can everyone who you add to this room send a message in this chat room? Or do you only want yourself and your managers to send messages in this chat room? So you have those advanced permissions in this kind of little handy box. And then you tap next. You can tap these, you can say add members. So you can actually add members. If you're already in another channel, you'd be able to see them in this list. If you have, if you also have people on your iPhone that are imported contacts, you won't be able to send them anything because it says external users cannot be added. So if someone's doesn't have a Zoom account, they can't use this feature. But you can add people who are already in another chat with you, or you have added as a Zoom contact. So
excuse me, how do you delete members?
I'm actually so I believe once you have a chat room and you want to delete members, there should be a settings little cog that you can find, or like 3 dots in that chat, and it'll say something like participants. And those participants, you'd be able to, it'll actually have a little red kind of trash icon or like an X icon. And if you tap on that, that should be able to remove them. So that's how you remove members in this chat. You'd be able to find them in the chat settings. I'm going to keep going. I created this little chat. Hello. You see this and this little camera icon. It's really small, but let's say you wanted to do create a meeting from here. You'd be able to do so tapping this little camera icon. This little eye in a circle that just gives you information on this chat. So these are just kind of little options that you can have. I'm going to keep going. Hello, just says a little hello. Again. And you actually see that I can tap this little circle, this little emoji, the smiley face, and that allows me to react to people. This little plus, this little chat, the plus sign, I can directly reply to this. So I tapped on that. Oh, tapped on this little emoji. Let me see. Let me show you. I tapped on this little emoji, this little smiley face. And then I tapped this little laughter. And that actually shows up. It shows that I reacted to that with a little laugh. And then after that, I tapped on this little bubble, this chat bubble with a plus. And that allowed me to directly reply to this message. You see, it says there's this direct reply. This opens up your emojis on your keyboard. Don't tap on this because sometimes people get stuck in the emojis. And this actually allows you to speak into the microphone, and it will try to actually dictate what you're saying as like words. So let's say I tapped on this microphone and I spoke. It'll actually write out what you're saying in this reply kind of bar. And there's a lot of options for this on iPad in general. There's a lot of features where you can just tap on that little microphone and it'll listen for your voice. And it'll kind of guess. It'll do an inference on what you're asking or saying, and it'll write it out. So that's just kind of what that microphone is for, if anyone was ever curious. And I don't know if I replied. Let's see. Hello. And I was playing with that for a little. Hello. And you can see one reply. And if I tapped on that, I'd be able to see that individual reply. Oh, and so here I tapped on more. And because the last time I was in this more settings, it has edit name. That's why when I tapped on it, it went straight to edit name, but I'm going to go back actually. So see, when you tap on more, it has a lot of options for your profile. And I already kind of went over display name. Let me see. Excuse me. I already went over display name, but then you have something like work location, availability, personal note, department, things like that. I already kind of went over them. And also update password. If you ever need to change your password and you didn't like it, you'd be able to tap this and it'll ask you for your old password before you can update it. So if you forget your password, you're probably going to have to go through your email and reset it, which is a process of saying, I forgot my password. It'll say, oh, you forgot it. We can send an email verification.
Excuse me, I'm leaving the meeting. They got fire trucks outside my building and the alarm is going up. I gotta leave the meeting, please. It's Miss Maxine.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I hope you're okay, okay? Be safe.
Okay, yeah. Let me go.
Yeah, be safe, okay? Bye-bye.
Yeah. They got the trucks out there, the alarms are going. Oh my goodness.
Oh, poor lady. Okay, I hope she's okay. I'm gonna remember to send that to her because I believe she wanted a copy. But yeah, I was able to actually edit my display name. So what this is, I actually tapped on display name. So what display name is this is how people will see you. I have my first name here in where it says first name, my last name, and then display name. So I still have my first name here and last name, but people won't be able to see that. They only see what my display name is, what I set as in the Zoom meeting. And I just edit that. You can tap on it, or you can erase it. And I believe I just set it to iPad user. And then you're going to tap save at the top right to save any changes to this.
Hello.
So then we're going to keep going.
Class, and that was what?
Mute yourself.
And then, yep, there is my profile. And these are all the settings. I encourage you guys to kind of play around with this. So I'm going to take questions in just a second, but I just want to go over 3 things. Questions or concerns. Again, you do not have to create a Zoom account. It is entirely optional. A Zoom account just eliminates a lot of the uncertainty with making sure you are marked present in classes. Your name will always appear in Zoom as long as you are signed in. And you can tell if you are signed in if you see your profile picture in the top left corner along with the options. So I'm going to go back really quickly before I take the questions. I just want to show you guys the difference between being signed in and being signed out. So when I opened this up and I didn't have a Zoom account, it shows this. So you'll be able to see if you're not signed into your Zoom account, it'll say start or join a meeting. And then it'll have this sign up or sign in. That's how you know you're not signed in to your Zoom account. But once you make your Zoom account, you'll be able to see it looks almost entirely different. It'll have this new meeting, join, schedule, share screen, and you'll be able to see your profile picture in the top left. And then this option kind of is there, but you'll see that this is the difference between being signed in, signed out, signed in. All right. So now I'm going to take questions, and I wanna go ahead and I'm gonna call out. Go ahead, raise up your hand in this time. Could I hear from Wayne, Ireland?
Yes, good morning, very good class. I want to know if your Zoom and your contacts, can you create new accounts from your contacts or find out if your contacts have a Zoom account?
Yes. So when you add contacts into that little chat, you'll actually be able to see if there is a Zoom account associated with that phone number. If not, when you add that phone number without the Zoom account, it'll actually invite them to create a Zoom account. So you'll be able to see who has a contact, who has a Zoom account and who doesn't.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Could I hear from Tolu Tolu? I'll wait a few seconds. Could I hear from go ahead.
Excuse me. My question was, I'm planning to have a Zoom account for Home Care Watch, but I want to have more than a channel, but I want to have more than one channel. So am I limited to the number of different channels with different names?
Oh, no, you can have multiple channels with multiple different names and be a part of multiple different channels. It's not locked by whether or not you have a paid account or a free account. You can have as many as you want.
Thank you.
No problem. Could I hear from a Deborah McNair?
Yes, could you tell me how you would add the contents of what you want to discuss in your Zoom meeting?
Yes. So let me go back actually, because there is that little, how do I start my own Zoom meeting? So when you start up your Zoom meeting, you're going to be able to see when you tap more at the top right, it'll say meeting settings. You'll tap on that. Meeting topic. I tapped on that meeting topic. And when I tapped on that, I was able to edit it. I'm going to go a little further. I just kind of went through this for a second. Maria Hidalgo's personal meeting room. Yep, and I was able to edit it. And once I was finished editing it, I put a little hello. And then I tapped done. And that was how I was able to edit that, what the meeting was about.
No, I want to actually add the contents of what I'm talking about.
So you're talking about how right now I'm like sharing the screen and I'm showing you like what's going on?
I think she
Correct.
may be talking about, are you an agenda?
Yeah, like, so what I did here is I was actually able to create this PowerPoint using another software.
Oh God, never mind.
Yeah, if you know how to use Keynotes, you can do a very similar thing with this.
Okay, I
with
know.
Keynotes.
Okay, so how would I get it here?
You would be able to screen share. So right now
Screen.
I'm screen sharing.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you were to screen share, it would actually show the presentation. So let's say, let's say you opened up Keynotes on your iPad while you were tapping on that screen share, it would show up to your other participants.
Gotcha.
No problem.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. Could I hear from a Frank Rivera?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Let's say as a participant, I join a meeting without video. And then the host goes to meeting settings and selects show non-video participants. Does that mean the host will then get to override my choice and actually visually see me?
So when it says show non-video participants, it means they want to see your name in a list. So it won't actually override it. But let's say that the host actually set a meeting to only have people join with video, that would override it. But in that case, it wouldn't.
Well, let's say I'm at home in the privacy of my own home, and maybe I'm not fully clothed or something.
Yeah,
So,
it wouldn't. It wouldn't.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, no problem. Could I hear from a Jacqueline Coach?
Yes. Good morning. He basically answered the question for me because that's what I was going to ask. But another thing is that you were saying that to like showing your name or not. So the thing is, if you don't put the yes, then I mean it's not. You won't be able to do the video and all that stuff too.
So if you don't put your name in Zoom, you will be able, with the Zoom account, it will have your name set there. So you would be able to do all that stuff.
I had already started setting up a Zoom account so far before this class actually has started. But so I'm basically using the Zoom that we already have set on our iPad. I'm just basically just putting in another account on that.
Okay. Yeah, you'd be able to use these features.
I'm just adding another account.
Yes.
So, okay, I do like your name because my granddaughter's name is not Zaria. Her name is Zaria. It's that hers is with a Z.
It's beautiful.
So
I love to hear that.
you spell yours with Maria and hers is Zaria.
Oh, that's gorgeous. I love to hear that. Could I hear from Denise Jackson?
Yes, good morning. I'd like to have a copy of this, please.
Wonderful. Go ahead. You can put your email in the chat, in the meeting chat, and I'll be able to send it to you. So if anyone wants a copy of this, go ahead and put your email in the chat, and I'll be able to send it to you guys.
Put it under your name.
Yep, if you like type the message and you type in your email and then send it, it'll show. It'll show to me that what your email is. So I'll be able to send it.
But you have to put it under your name or just. I got it. Okay.
You'll be able to just type it into the meeting chat. So you don't have to worry about where your name is. It'll just send it to there.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Could I hear from a Stannis Anderson? Is that the correct pronunciation?
Yes, it is. Thank you. This whiteboard option, when is it used in presentations or what is it used for in the Zoom world?
So the whiteboard actually is a really fun thing that like I like to use because I'm an artist. I like to kind of have it's like a literal whiteboard in a classroom where let's imagine everyone had markers and was able to draw on that whiteboard at the same time. So it's good for like visual collaborations. That's what that whiteboard would be able to be used for. And you can actually enable it in your meeting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like having a chalkboard in your room and everyone's allowed to kind of write and draw on it. It's really fun.
Okay, thank you. And then there's a breakout room too, right? There's a breakout rooms.
You can make breakout rooms. I think that's like a pro thing, so you'd have to pay for Zoom Pro to do that.
Okay.
But on the free stuff, it should still work. Not the breakout rooms, but the whiteboards.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem. Could I hear from a Brenda McManus?
Yes, Maria. Maria, now, when we've had presentation to sign up for Zoom, Teresa indicated that there was a 45-minute time limit.
Yes.
So if we have a meeting and we go over that time, would we be charged, or would the meeting just end? Would it just abruptly end?
It would abruptly end, but then you can start it back up for another 40 minutes. So it would have that 40-minute time limit, and thank you for mentioning that. Totally forgot to mention that. There is that 40-minute time limit with the Zoom meetings, but if you start it back up and everyone joins it again, then it would start up another 40 minutes. So that's kind of how you get around that.
So it's 40 minutes instead of 45?
Yes, I believe it's 40 minutes instead of 45.
Oh, it's 40 minutes. Okay. All right then. Okay. That's all I need to know. Thank you so much.
No problem. Could I hear from an Ollie C?
Yes, I wanted to ask, what's the difference between the paid Zoom account and I noticed that she said it's a 40 minutes on the other one, but what other than that, what's the difference?
So a paid Zoom account, you can have a meeting without a passcode. It would be it can have an unlimited amount of minutes in your Zoom meeting, so it could be infinitely long or infinitely short if you'd prefer. There's a lot of kind of little tweaks that Zoom does, as well as they give you the latest features associated with Zoom before all the other free paid users. And it's also optional. They have a $7 a month thing. I pay for Zoom Pro, but if you're not really using it for work, I wouldn't say it's worth it. If you're using it just personally, having a free Zoom account should kind of get all of your needs fulfilled. If not, maybe it's worth getting that $7 a month, but you still have all the features of regular Zoom. So it really just depends up to you. And on the website, they actually show that little comparison, that little side by side. All right. Can I hear from an Ann Dennis before we go over 11:30?
Hi, I'm sorry. I had to get off the phone.
That's okay.
Okay. So, thank you anyhow. I'll ask this. I hope I'll see you again.
Oh, wonderful. I hope to see you guys again too. It's 11:30 right now, so I'm going to stop the share, but remember, put your email into the meeting chat if you want me to send this to you guys, and I'll have this around by let's say, I can send this to you guys by 2 p.m. So if you don't see this by 2 p.m., then it's probably in your junk email folder. But it should be sent to you guys by then. So you guys have been so wonderful today. You all did amazing work. And I want you guys to all kind of put your hands on your back and give yourself a little pat. So I'm very glad to have spoken with all of you today. And if you have any questions, you can also, when I send you that email, my email will be listed there, and you can send me any questions, as well as my phone number will be listed there if you guys ever need any help. So I'm going to kind of sign off, but I hope everyone has a great rest of their day and see you soon, okay?
You
Bye-bye.
too. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.